Well, thank you so much, babe, for coming on the show.
Aw, thanks for
So everybody doesn't know, it's my fiance, Nick.
Hello.
I didn't tell Sam we're going to do the Newly Wed game. So
Damn.
I need to ask questions later. But thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I always love having you. I always love talking to you. You're kind of like my best friend, I guess. So,
Aw, that's cute. You're my best friend, too.
Oh, loser.
Wow.
But yeah, so tell me about yourself. What do you do? What's life like? How are you?
Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm Nicholas.
Ah.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Thank you. I'm trying to, yeah. I am currently working at Pop's Cannabis in Brights Grove.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Currently going to school, finishing last semester. Gonna jump on the teacher train soon, too.
Ooh, yeah. Get that application in.
Gonna start doing Uber Eats pretty soon.
Hey, look at you go.
Bit of a nerd. Yeah, and I'm in love with you.
Aw,
Aw,
loser.
wow.
So why don't you tell the fine folks at home about how we met?
First time or second time?
Oh, see, now that's a good question. Why don't we go first time?
Okay, first time, we were in high school.
Yes.
You were in grade 10?
Yes, I was in grade 10.
Grade 11 technically, but
You're in my class.
context, yes.
Nah.
And I came from fitness class, went to science class, and there you were. Second row win.
Being a loudmouth bitch I am.
You had spunk, for sure. But yeah, like I've told you before, it was kind of almost love at first sight.
Aw, that's very, very sweet.
Yeah. And then you bullied me, and I fell in love harder.
I didn't bully you. Oh my God, relax. Okay, what about the second time?
Second time was, well, you were just so desperate to.
Oh my
reach out
God,
and talk
I'm
to
never
me.
letting you tell the story ever again.
No, in actuality, what happened, I'm kind of guilty. I'm not really
Kinda
big
guilty.
a Facebook user, and I didn't know that you actually sent me a friend request
Yes, I did.
for a very long time. And then during the summer, I decided, hey, why not? Let's add the friend. That's what Facebook people say, right? And then within, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds, you were on it, talking to me.
That is not true.
Reconnecting.
You're never telling the story ever again.
No, it took a while, but we talked, we caught up again, and eventually we decided we should meet up.
Eventually, it was like within 3 days.
Well, you were very eager.
Oh yeah, it was me. Yeah.
And yeah, we decided to meet at a park, do a nice little walk,
Yeah.
reconnect that way. And then after that date, you fell madly in love with me even more.
Oh my God. You're literally the worst. Okay, so this is what happened, okay? We dated in high school.
Yep.
Nick was actually the first guy I ever said, I love you to.
Vice versa, but girl.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so you were my first love. And then I unfortunately broke up with you after 6 months, and I was really upset, and I was going through a lot at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that we are an example of right person, wrong time.
Big time.
Which can be a bad thing sometimes, I find, because some people will use that as an excuse to get back together with an ex that wasn't that great to them.
Oh, because then they're saying.
But
yeah.
my experience with you in high school was you were like the greatest boyfriend ever, because we would do like lightsaber battles in the backyard, and I actually won every. You've never won once.
I've won once.
No, you haven't.
You broke the lightsaber, so it counted.
I won.
Broke the lightsaber off.
But so, and you treated me with so much respect, and we had like really awesome times. Like there was never a dull moment between the two of us. It was just me going through like typical teenager things that I was like, I have to bow out of this relationship. But then when we met back up, the reason why I sent you the friend request is because I wanted to apologize for all of that. And I was so thankful and so lucky that I got the chance to actually apologize, because I didn't tell you at all when I broke up with you why I broke up with you.
No.
I was just like, bye.
Yeah, for a while there, I just thought it was me.
I know,
I was like,
but then
oh,
I
dang.
thought it was me that was the
See,
issue.
and
And
here
then
we
it just
are.
kept us apart the whole time.
Yeah, because it was just like, it was weird afterwards. I blamed myself, you blamed yourself. And
Yeah.
It's like, well, you have to avoid each other now.
But we were like best friends, so it was like really,
was
really
tough.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
big
super,
time.
super tough. So then when we reconnected, it was like, oh my God, like no time has passed.
Yeah, it didn't skip a
Everything was
beat.
perfect. And I'm very, very thankful we've been able to build a relationship.
Aww.
And we're engaged, I guess. So
Wow,
that's
she
kind of
said
fun.
yes.
Yeah. He said yes too, so
That's true.
whatever.
It was in the rain.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it was in the rain.
At St. Pat's.
At the St. Pat's lot, yes,
the
where we
field
met.
that was formerly known as St. Pat's.
But it takes a lot of courage though, because you had to accept me back into your life after that heartbreak. And so what was that experience like for you?
Oh, there was a lot of emotion. So before, again, we kind of cleared things up about what actually happened back then.
Yeah.
I kind of went into it going like, why is she contacting me?
Yeah.
I was the one that caused it. So I think we both felt this way. Like at the beginning, I was just like waiting for the other shoe to drop where this was a trap.
Oh, I
This
thought
was
you were
one
fully
final
going to trap me. I
bamboozle.
thought it was like a John Tucker Must Die experiment. I was like, he is going to embarrass me. He's going to post things on social media. I'm going to get canceled. Like, I legitimately thought that you were going to ruin my life.
Yeah, vice versa.
But I was like, but I'm a sucker for love.
See, that's the thing too. I was like, but I'm okay with that.
I'll see what happens.
But yeah, it was. There was a lot of nerves. I know, like even when before when we were messaging on Facebook, I was like making sure I was spelling everything. Did I have proper grammar? Yes.
Yes, yeah, you did.
I didn't know what emojis were at the time. So
No, it was just dead dry, periods even. And I was like, is this guy mad at me? Like, what's going on?
I needed an essay. Format.
Meanwhile, I was like misspelling things and
The
putting
dancing
emojis
lady,
everywhere. The dancing lady.
But yeah, but those fears kind of like, again, after we met up, we kind of explained what happened and how we felt and like kind of our journey the last, briefly the first kind of times, but like where we were at, those fears kind of went aside.
Yeah.
And it was nice having my best friend back. So.
Aw, that's very sweet. But was it hard for you to trust me?
Big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, I thought you were going to betray me and destroy my life.
Which is fair, because I kind of did that.
But yeah, it was the way that we did it, we were very open with each other and kind of just going like, here, this is how it was. We were very vulnerable with each other too.
Yeah.
I just kind of knew you were sincere.
Tried to be. And I also try to be now.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was always in the back of my mind, I guess. But I knew for it to work, I obviously have to trust you, and I was willing to kind of put myself on the line for it.
So there are a lot of people probably watching that have let exes back into their life at some point. Some people have great experiences like us. Some people don't have great experiences. What would be your advice for those people?
Oh, I think deep down, everyone kind of knows. A lot of I think when you're in a bad relationship, there's a part of you that knows it's bad. But for whatever reason, whether it's trauma or just not caring, you would ignore that voice. I knew with you when you did reach out and when we did kind of talk about are we gonna date? Where is this kind of gonna go? I knew I was looking forward to it. I knew that 10 years is a long time. I think we both, one of the first conversations we had was how we grew. Yeah. And I knew myself a lot better. So if you do want to reconnect with someone, just kind of know who you are first and kind of know what they're going to give you in return.
Yeah. What value do you bring, and then what value are you seeking? As I often find people say you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. I don't fully agree with that.
I don't fully agree.
I don't, because I'm not at the point where I fully love myself, but I fully love you.
A lot of self-love. Aw, that's cute though.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of self-love.
That's for both of us.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is that for us, I lost track now. You totally lost me. Okay, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Okay, that's what I have to get back to. But it's this idea that you have to be perfect to find your perfect person. Whereas I think what you said was perfect, where it was LOL, perfect. But is that you just have to know what direction you want to go in. You just have to know what kind of life you want, what value you bring. And if you know what value you bring, you can find somebody and have a really healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of what happened with us. So we also had a weird kismet experience because my sister and her husband started dating the same month we started dating back in high school. And we started our relationships together, and the four of us would go on double dates and all this kind of stuff. And then 6 months later, we broke up, but they continued. And so when we reconnected, it was the month that they were going to get married.
Right
and then you were able to be my date to that wedding, which is insane.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing.
There was a lot of cosmic fate.
Yeah,
Kind of
and
stuff
I
happening.
think that also goes into like when you know if it's the right person for you, because that was something that definitely like just reinforced it. I was like, there's no way 10 years after our relationship, right before my sister and her husband get like married, that this man just strolls on into my life and like we act like nothing ever happened, that we're just like attached to the hip again.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Still think about it. Like we even like when we're going. Oh, remember this day, or this day is important to me.
Yeah.
Actually, well, this day's the same day is
yeah,
important to me
that's
because
also
of this.
nuts. I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know if twin flames exist. I have no idea, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were, because my birthday is your cousin's birthday, who is your like role model in life. Your birthday is the day my grandfather died, who was like my father. What's the other one? Oh, your grandma's birthday
Yep.
is the same day my grandpa's birthday.
Yep.
Is the same. It's the same day, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
There's
I
so
don't get
many
it.
like weird like coincidences going on.
It's almost like too much sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, this is
It's like,
scary.
I get it, all right? You
I
don't
should
have
go
to hit
jump
me
off
over
a
the
bridge.
head
I don't want
anymore.
this. Yeah, no, absolutely. But do you think that that is something that's across the board, or do you think that's just unique to us?
I would. That's a very good question. I think obviously it's very unique to us.
Yeah.
I think that other couples probably relate certain things together where it's like, yes, this is. I think that's what makes us like connect though.
Yeah.
Is that you have this point, I have this point. It's very similar. We can bond over it.
Yeah.
It's just ours are very oddly specific.
Very specific. But I find that there's a lot of like similarities that happens with people who meet, because I don't want us to be on like a pedestal of like we're the best couple ever, because I don't like, everyone has their challenges, everybody has their weaknesses, everybody has their strengths. But because we have so many similarities, and because we have a past, and because now we're here together, engaged, getting married, like what made you feel safe enough to open up? Because it takes a lot for somebody to open up, even without the similarities.
I think that because we did have that 10-year gap, I was able to have a lot of lessons be taught. And I turned those L's into lessons. But so going back into like us now, there were very, very much things that I knew I needed. And you gave me a safe space to be okay with saying, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need, and you would reciprocate. And so kind of being very similar and kind of on the same page very quickly, that helped a lot too.
Yeah, it also helps that our personalities also line up. Like
Contradiction.
we're so chaotic when we get together. Like we'll steal trophies at parties and
those.
we'll like go and create our own little dance party somewhere else,
single
and
time.
which I love. I think that we have like a lot of fun, but it takes a lot to get there, I find. Like when I look back at our relationship and I think about the first few months, we had some like really difficult conversations.
Yeah, we are very similar. We're also very different though.
Very different, yeah.
You're a bit more extroverted.
Absolutely.
I'm a bit more introverted. I was kind of a hermit for a very long time.
Absolutely. You were Casper when I met you.
I wasn't
Translucent.
Casper.
Translucent.
More like eggshell white. So it was a bit different. But I think that was also something that was very good for me too, was you made it very easy to get out of my comfort zone because I knew I had my buddy.
Aww.
So those difficult conversations were kind of just like our lives, like our lifestyles, kind of coming in and kind of trying to find that middle ground. And I think the hard conversations suck.
Yeah, they do.
I think everyone wants it to be just like smooth sailing.
Yeah, we're gonna be the honeymoon phase forever.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like there will be no issues whatsoever, but it's just not the case. But whenever we did have those conversations, it was very just like, this is how I'm feeling. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about that. We never became aggressive towards each other.
No,
and
you can't.
Coming from a place of understanding, which is really important.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. And one of the first dates we had, because we had like the Warwick date, and then I came over to your place and I got to see your family again, which was amazing. Got to watch Hannah Montana. I loved it. But then the third date was like the real concrete, like I understand who you are now, because we played questions from a bowl.
Yes.
And we spent like 4 hours just pulling questions out of a bowl. I curated the questions, of course. So I already kind of like knew what I wanted to get from you.
Nice.
But it allowed us to have like such a beautiful open dialogue. And I think that for anybody seeking love, again, I don't think love is the destination. I don't think marriage is a destination. I don't think anything that has to do with any platonic monogamous love is any kind of destination. But I also feel like both of us wanted that. Yeah. And I think our third date really solidified, okay, yeah, both of us want to marry each other.
Yeah.
We knew pretty early on that we wanted that.
Yeah, I knew in high school.
Yeah. Which is very sweet. I think I did too.
Yeah.
But that was another thing that we did that night also, was like, because I was kind of open to the idea of open relationships. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't fully set on it. It was something I was willing to try if it was the right person. But when we talked about it, you were like, no, I only want monogamy. And I was like, oh, thank God. Yeah. I was like, that's all I want too. And I feel like those kind of values are really, really important. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they think there's only one default to a relationship, and that's monogamy. Yeah. But it's not. There's so many other ways to have a relationship. I'm just thankful that both of us wanted the same type of relationship.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. I don't really care. But if you're going into a relationship with somebody and that, I feel like that's a core thing. Like, if I want to be monogamous and you didn't, then that's a core.
Yeah, you're going to like literally butt heads the whole time. Yeah, which is something I feel like everyone should be really open and talk about, and like really talk about what they want out of relationships as well. I find that a lot of people get like almost scared or nervous to actually like open up about what they need and what they want. And I think that's something I definitely did before you. Mm-hmm. You were the first person I ever was like, this is what I want, this is the value I bring, this is the value I'm looking for, this is what I want my life to look like the next 5 years. And you were just like, bet, let's go.
Yeah, I feel the same, very much the same way that you. Like, again, doing questions from the bowl, I cannot recommend it enough. Do questions from a bowl. All my Toronto friends are gonna be like, please God, no. And it's so good, it's so good. Especially like, again, if you have someone like curating the, because I found at the beginning, even like when we met up, it was very hard to like open up because I was scared to like.
Well, we have a history, so it's very difficult.
And just kind of talking about like what I wanted and what I needed. But questions from bowl breaks that ice really quick. You put the easy questions on top, and you put the hard questions on the bottom. I did not think about it like that, but yeah, I guess you could do that. You get a glass of wine. By the end of it, you're going to have some deep conversations. Yeah, you're going to have. We were like there for 5 hours, just like talking, shooting the shit, enjoying life. It branches off. It's a really good game to get to know each other, and I think that having that as the core like third date, that was awesome. Yeah, it was good. It was the third date, not the first date. I wouldn't do that on the first date because I feel like that's too much. That'd be a lot. That's like way too much all at once. But so what, in your past relationships, what lessons did you bring from there to like our relationship? Definitely, I think the most important one was being able to speak up for myself. That's a hard one. Because it's pretty tough not doing that and then just kind of getting, not like, kind of pushed around a little bit. Yeah. And then resentment just grows. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of being able to, I'm having an issue, like, let's talk about this, like right now. Yeah. That, obviously, appropriate timing. But, yeah, you don't know. You got to make sure it's timed right. In the middle of this Walmart, let's throw down. We're going at it. Right in the food aisle. Yeah, yeah. But like just having that open communication, I don't think I've ever felt safe talking about like stuff that I didn't feel great about until I met you. Oh, well, that's great. I'm happy I make you feel safe. Yeah. I'm very, very happy about that because that's something I struggle with in all my past relationships, is that I never felt safe. So when I would stand up for myself, I was often like dismissed or told that I was wrong, or that like I'd have a punishment sometimes. Like I've been through it in relationships. And so you were actually the first person that ever has made me feel safe. And I think that makes the world of a difference. I think if you don't feel safe with your partner, you feel like they're judging you, you feel like any type of way, your gut is gonna go off and tell you to get out. Yeah. And I feel like people don't listen to like what you were saying before. Like your gut instinct is everything in a relationship. And every single relationship that I've been in that has been toxic or abusive, I knew within the first like date. I knew within the first couple of weeks. Like I can look back at the exact moment my body said, get the fuck out. And I didn't listen. Yeah. I'm thankful I didn't listen in retrospect, because I think everything I learned in those relationships and finding myself through that and trying to build yourself back up again led me to you, which I'm very, very thankful for. But would I, if I could give advice to somebody, I'd say just get out. Like it's not worth the pain. At the end of the day, it's gonna hold you back a lot in life, and life is just too precious. Like you cannot be wasting your time. You just gotta like go and be open and be empathetic. Yeah, like we had very different like dating backgrounds
Yeah,
too.
we did. Absolutely, we did. You were with somebody for 8 years, and then I had like multiple relationships within the 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's also weird that we kind of got both to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Even though it was very different. It's just kind of more about like, make sure that your partner respects you and you respect your partner. And then everything kind of falls into place.
Falls into place there. I also feel like you have to be comfortable setting boundaries.
Oh, big time.
Because setting boundaries also comes with like you being open and honest and explaining those boundaries. Like I know for us, like we've put up so many boundaries with each other. Like we know what we like, what we don't like, what buttons to push, what we don't want to push. Obviously we still push other buttons because it's fun.
It's funny.
But like it's just one of those things where if you can't have an open dialogue, you're gonna have a really difficult time in a relationship.
Yeah, it's tough to grow with the other person if you can't tell them what's wrong. So it's like, when we do have those conversations about boundaries, again, it's just I never feel judged by you.
Yeah.
Putting up a boundary takes vulnerability for both people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I had to tell you what I feel uncomfortable about, and you kind of have to receive that and be like, okay, how can we move forward with this?
And we've never fought.
No.
Never once.
No.
We've never fought. We have had difficult conversations, but it's never gotten to the point where we're fighting. It's like literally like, oh, you good? You good? Oh, you good? Okay, let's fix this. Okay, we're done. We're moving on.
Yeah.
And I think that just has to do with our temperament. I think it's very normal and natural to fight. I don't think it's like a bad thing. But in terms of like your like emotional regulation, because that's what it really comes down to.
Big time.
What like kind of skills have you built up to make sure that like you are being regulated in those moments of difficult conversations?
I think I've always been super patient.
You are extremely, oh my God, so patient.
And so I think like patience is kind of like the main focus for me, because I know that like in those difficult conversations where I'm listening to your side of things, I'm just taking in everything. So I'm not going straight to anger. Like I'm able to stay calm even though it's a tough conversation.
Yeah.
Patience is a really good one. I think that's all I got. Patience is the major corner of
yeah,
my
but that's your temperament. And I love that about you because I'm somebody who's always in the fast lane. And so your patience has allowed me to slow down so much just because I don't have someone constantly going up against me. It's very much of like, I will tell you when I'm uncomfortable and you don't have to worry about it. And I've never experienced that kind of dynamic before. I feel like my skills in emotional regulation is always kind of centering myself in the moment.
Yeah.
So when you bring something to my attention, maybe something that I did that like you didn't really appreciate, I'm always like, okay, I could get defensive about this because I like my ego. Or I can just admit, this is something that hurt the person that I love the most. Why don't I just sit down and listen and figure out a way to make sure that doesn't happen again? Yeah. As opposed to being like, you're a shit person, I'm a shit person, everybody's a shit person. It's like, okay, just center yourself in the moment, take a bird's eye view, and see, does this moment really matter, or is it your ego? Is this something you have to stand up for yourself in, or is this something that you also recognize as an issue that you face? Like, because sometimes I'll just go, and I won't pick up things. And I love that you're willing to be like, hey, I noticed this, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Like, someone's actually like monitoring my behavior, and I monitor yours as well, and we make sure that like we both feel supported. I'm sure a lot of people think it's like we're pretty nutty for not fighting.
Could be.
Could be. But I'm sure there's other couples like us. But I also feel like we keep the love at the forefront as well.
Yeah,
I think that's really important.
Yeah, because ultimately I never want to hurt you. And then if we do have a difficult conversation where that would happen, then it's just like, hey, how do I learn from this and never let it happen again?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just, I appreciate that you're in the fast lane, which is because because I'm so patient, I almost go to a standstill sometimes. So being like attached to the vehicle that you're driving, going Mach 10 down the highway, it's like, hey, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it also gives me the confidence to actually like do stuff about it. So like, again, being like able to communicate with you and like telling me about what I need, that's something I learned.
Which is so kind. I love that. And then I also feel like we just bring up as the yin and yang thing that we have.
Oh, the little cats.
So no, not the keychains.
Oh.
The yin and yang of because your star sign is Taurus.
Yes.
And then your like moon, like your rising, is Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Whereas my star sign is Sagittarius, and then my moon, like my rising, or not rising, I forget what it's called. But my moon sign is Taurus. So we literally fit together as a yin and yang, and we're not supposed to get along.
No,
we're not supposed to get along
polar opposites almost.
at all. But I feel like we also have, again, good boundaries. Like we have a big one where we don't talk ill about each other in front of friends or family. So we don't put each other down. Like there's been moments where we've been in those situations and we know we could crack a really funny joke,
but
we don't. Because we're like, no, because my person comes first and respect comes first. And the privacy of our home,
Well, then
like,
we tell each other.
We shit talk each other so much. We go in on each other and I love
time.
it. But we don't do that in front of other people. Maybe we'll crack a little bit, but we know that it's light. It's nothing like serious.
Yeah.
Whereas I find other couples, if they have an experience of judgmental, like kind of connection, where they're constantly judging each other, they'll do it in front of other people.
Well, it becomes a tit for tat.
Yeah, and it's not good. You can't be doing that. So
Yeah.
I'm happy we don't do that. I just realized we're supposed to play the Newly Wed game.
Oh. For the monologue.
For the monologue, you want to do the Mooley? Ooh, what is that?
The Newly Wed game.
The Newly Wed game.
Where are the cows?
Let's see how well we know each other.
All right. If we were to create a couple's theme song, what would it be?
Like genre?
Couple's theme song. Oh, I know.
The title and the genre. The title of the song and the genre.
Okay.
Title of the song.
All right. But this is what Maddie's going to answer.
No, like what we both would answer.
Oh, okay. Copy that. Yep.
This guy.
Sounds good. Oh.
The side eye.
I guess that's a genre.
What are these song titles?
Pop. I got it.
Okay.
Okay, what did you write?
Okay, Manz first.
Oh,
Okay.
me first. Okay.
Say it out loud.
Okay, so Kevin's world, because our cat Kevin, we are his world, and it'd be really fun. It'd be pop, because Nick and I love some good pop.
That's true. Pop was going to be the first thing I wrote.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
But then so the title of it is called The Messy Duo. And it's a bad bitch music.
You know what? Yeah, I like his a lot better. I'm just gonna use my sleeve.
Okay, cool.
All right. Next one. You ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
If you were casting actors to play you and your spouse in a movie about your lives,
Oh
who would you
shoot.
choose?
Oh shoot.
Do I pick myself and?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously I know who I'm going to pick for myself. And then, oh, that's tough. That's super tough.
I already got mine.
I don't know what her name is.
Think of the booty.
Ah!
No, it has to be. It can't be the booty if they're playing it in
I
the
keep
thing.
it juicy. No, remember we can do whatever we want here.
I don't know how to spell Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, copy
Okay,
that.
you go. Who was?
Okay, so I'm gonna be played by Henry Cavill because that'll be the dream, and then the person who plays Wednesday will play Maddie.
Oh, Jenna Ortega. Okay, I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it. I
it's
love
the-
me some Jenna Ortega.
The braids.
Yeah, maybe it's the braids today. Maybe it's
Oh,
the
could
look.
be, could
Yeah,
be.
I could. But I also sometimes am like Wednesday, so I kind of get
It's
it.
very true.
Yeah, I'm a little bit dark. But I said for myself, Melissa McCarthy, because I already am like a mini Melissa McCarthy. And then Nick often gets like the Pimento, like from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
People say he looks like him, so I would get him to do it. And he also has like good humor. So I feel like
That's
that would be
true.
like a 10 out of 10 for you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Yeah, win-win.
I like your answers better.
I like yours. We'd be a hot couple. Look at us go.
All right. Next one. Who initiated the first kiss between you two? The first and second time.
First and second time.
Well, it's the same
It's
person.
the same answer anyway. Here we go.
Same time.
Because he like, okay, so the first time we were at my house and he walked me to my front door and I was like, are you gonna kiss me or what? Like what? Like why
I
are you
didn't know what the
waiting?
rules
I was
were.
like,
Knew what she
yeah. And then the next time we were like watching Jumanji and he stopped the movie and was like, can I ask you something?
It's an important
Is it,
question.
and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? And he's like, can we date? And then I was like, Oh, yeah, of course. And then he just looked at me and I was like, so are you going to kiss me or what?
So history repeated.
We literally had, but I didn't know that the history repeated. He had to remind me that it repeated itself. So yeah, I definitely did it both times.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for second last one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what's your spouse's most used phrase or expression? Not emoji. We know what her favorite emoji
Yeah, we do.
Red dance. Wait, so favorite phrase. Oh, fuck.
See, you have a couple though. Can I
You
do like
have a
most
couple.
recent one that I kind of noticed?
No. Has to be that one. Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Long phrase.
That is a long phrase.
I don't
But it's,
know.
when she says it's very quick.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh,
tough.
you have so many. Oh, you know what? I know
More
exactly.
catchphrases.
I know exactly which one.
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
I don't know. It's up to them.
You first.
He loves to say this.
Bull.
Bull.
Or Love
'Cause
Island.
we watched Love Island season
Season
5,
five.
which is one of the best ones. And so shout out to Curtis.
you.
And it's like, bull.
You know,
'cause
I really
every
appreciate
time.
you.
Bull. Or like our introverted sides will come out and we'll be like, oh, we could go to the bar. Bull. And then we'll stay at home.
Rent free in my head.
Rent free in my head. Oh yeah, I will say that. I'm like, that plays rent free in my head all the time. Especially because we're starting to rewatch Glee, and it's like there's so many things that just rent free in my
I
head.
say that more often than
I
I
do.
realize.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
say rent free all the time.
It's been a more recent thing.
Yeah.
But
It's been
yeah.
a more recent. Also top tier. I say
Top
top
tier
tier
a
a
lot,
lot.
big
A lot.
time.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Final for all the marbles.
Here we go.
If your partner could be any fictional character, who would they be?
Oh, this is easy.
For her.
This is so easy. Oh yeah, I guess it won't match, but it's still fun. So I'm gonna take it. Oh wait. How about on the top you write like the one for the other person, and
So
then
yours?
I write what I would be.
Oh, so on the bottom is me and the top
Yeah,
is
so
you.
then we see if it matches. Okay, so
Well, that's
fictional
a lot
character.
easier.
Who would I be? Holy hell.
See, it's like, it's almost like a
Oh.
vibe sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like multiple personalities, so it's very hard.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
I don't know.
I'm going for more of a vibe.
I'm gonna say what I normally say. We'll see if it happens.
This has been a conversation before.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. big time.
All right.
Okay. Oh, Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's
So
good too.
Nick would definitely be Superman.
Yeah, that's me.
And then I love X-Men. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, Nick would definitely be Superman,
Yeah.
and I knew that because you love Superman, which is very sweet. And then Storm for me because I love X-Men, and Storm was just always like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But Master Spy,
See, because you got
I
Master Spy
would
vibes.
love
You
to
wanna
be a spy. I want to be a spy so bad. I would be such a good spy.
Yeah.
You'd be a really good Superman though.
Oh, thanks.
Work
I need
on the
powers.
flying.
Yeah, I got powers first, but we'll work it. We'll get there.
I know, I am,
Wow,
which
that's
is very
the nicest
nice.
thing anyone's ever said about me.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on.
thanks for having
I
me.
love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. Bye.